Hi there, and welcome to Ian's Engage channel. I'm Ian. In my previous video, I showed how I began to fix a problem I was going to have with a thin piece of foam overhanging the baseboard. In this video, I'm going to show how I completed the job before having a small running session around the test track. Right, so the aim here was to extend the 3-foot baseboard width by 4 inches, so that it would provide a solid base for the foam that would otherwise be floating about in mid-air. So here I have a piece of 9mm birch plywood, which I'll use for the extension. Now, I'd love to say that I risked life and limb by using my jigsaw to cut the plywood to size, but in fact I had a stroke of luck, and got it from the offcuts bin at B&Q, which is a most excellent source of small bits of wood. In the previous video I'd already cleared the side of the 3-foot baseboard of electronics to make fitting the extension easier. I needed to do this as I was intending to use these metal brackets to support the extension. So I started out by measuring where I wanted to drill holes for one of the 3 metal brackets. I then drilled the holes where I'd marked, before screwing the bracket to the side of the baseboard. I tried to keep the top of the bracket aligned with the bottom of the plywood base that was adjacent to the bracket. This would help in keeping the extension at the correct height. I then repeated these steps to attach a bracket at the end of the 6-foot baseboard. And then again to attach a 3rd bracket between the other 2. I don't seem to have any footage of this, but I then rested the new length of plywood on the brackets and marked where the holes needed to go on the underside of the plywood. This then allowed me to pre-drill the holes for the screws, which is what I'm doing here. I then screwed the new piece of plywood in place, ensuring that the screws were short enough so that they didn't go all the way through the plywood. As I was going, I also checked that the new piece of plywood was level, which it was, and as always I thought this was somewhat of a minor miracle. Next I worked out where I wanted to relocate the DCC system, then marked and pre-drilled the holes. I also created a new location to hang the Wi-Fi throttle. I then reinstalled both bits of equipment back onto the side of the baseboard. Next, I pre-drilled more holes into the side of the baseboard. These were so I could install a few handy hooks. I then used the hooks to route the DCC bus wires to help keep them neat and tidy before wiring them back up to the DR5000 control unit. And that's pretty much job done. With this much sturdier base, I'll now be able to continue to fit the first layer of foam across the whole of the Shelfington baseboards, although that sounds like the subject for a future video. Oh, I also reclaimed my test track, finding new homes for pretty much all of the stuff that had been placed on top of it. So, with the test track now clear and power restored, it gave me the chance to play trains again. Here's a short running session featuring my Class 31 and Class 33, along with a short rake of parcel vans being manoeuvred around the test track. Okay, so that's about it for this update. If you've got any hints, tips, useful tools or techniques to pass on to a beginner in N-Gauge modelling, or if you simply want to say hello, then please do so in the comment section. Anything and everything you've got to say will be greatly appreciated. In the meantime, thanks ever so much for watching. Hopefully I'll have another update on my progress soon. Bye!